Hello and welcome to Ace Designs 107. I'm the ace in the card pack and you're the kings and queens. This is going to be the effect that I'm going to be making today. I really do hope that you enjoy it. It's a really cool glitch effect. Now, what I see on the internet is really crazy how the glitch effect is oftenly overused, in my words. Like, a lot of people use it and it's a really cool effect, like, don't get me wrong, but I think it's just overused. But I'm going to join the club of overused things and I'm going to make a tutorial on how to do this. There's plenty of tutorials on it, but I'm going to make my own version of it and I really do hope that you enjoy it. Hopefully you can learn some new techniques along the road and yeah, you can learn how I design. This tutorial was inspired by this one. This was the original picture. We got something pretty relatively close to it, I guess. But yeah, so this is what we're going to be doing. So yeah, let's go to File, New, press Ctrl N, and we're going to make the width of the document 1920 and the height 1080p. Press OK. And for the background color, we're going to make it a gray. So we're going to double click, we're going to click once here, and we're just going to do 080808. Press OK, press G on our keyboard, press once on our file. Now this is not dark enough, so I'm going to do 808080. It's not dark enough. You want it really dark, guys. Okay, that's dark enough. So now we're going to press T on our keyboard to grab up the text tool. And we're going to use a font called Squared. So I'll leave a link in the description of where you can get all these fonts that I used the tutorial for. We're going to type it in with white and I'm just going to do glitch. Okay, I'm going to resize this one. And this is an intermediate tutorial. You should know how to resize shit by now. Now we're going to press Ctrl A on our keyboard to select all the document. Press V on our keyboard also and press second and fifth icon. Press D to deselect that one. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the text tool again, type out start. And I'm going to select the font Arcade. Where is it? Where are you? Arcade Classic. There we go. And I'm going to resize this Arcade Classic to something like this. Okay, I'm going to center this Classic. And I'm going to drag it down by holding Shift. Okay, now I'm going to change the color of this Classic font by going to this yellow and change it to something like that. And the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add in a little glow by right clicking on the start layer. We've got a blending options, outer glow. And I'm going to keep it the same color as that yellow, and that, do the spread a bit, change the opacity down, and I'm using the color FFF19E. Okay, press OK on that, press OK on that. Now for the glitch, I'm going to add in this line that you see. So for the line, what I'm going to use is I'm going to use the line tool, and I'm just going to simply draw a line over by holding Shift. And I'm going to press A on our keyboard, press V, and then second and fifth icon to center that line. And the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to rasterlize this glitch layer, but before I do that, I'm going to press Ctrl J just to back it up as a text. And I'm going to right click, rasterize type, and then you can't edit this now anymore, but because I have a copy, I can. Okay, so now with the shape, I'm going to press Ctrl R on my keyboard to bring up a ruler. I'm going to bring this ruler down in the middle of the document. I should feel it snap. Okay, and the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to grab M on my keyboard and I'm going to use this Arcade tool to snap to that ruler and then make sure that my glitch layer is selected and then press Ctrl X. It's going to cut it and then press Ctrl V to paste that, press Ctrl T to resize it and move it in place, and then bam, we've got something happening. Now I'm going to go to View, Clear Guides. Okay, we've still got our text here, and the next thing that we're going to do is I'm going to use this copy layer. I'm going to do Bot for now, and I'm going to right click, press Ctrl T and then right click and then do Skewer, and then I'm going to pick one of the corners, hold Shift and skewer it. like that, and I'm going to skew it a little bit like that. Okay, sweet. We've got something going on here. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do with this is I'm going to press Ctrl E to merge these two together. So now we've got our text merged and it's skewered, but it looks like the line is skewing it. Sweet. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to generate some noise on our background. So I'm going to go to the background layer, I'm going to go to filter gallery, and then I'm going to go to style texture, and then I'm going to go to grain, and I'm just going to use the intensity 18 and the contrast 54, and you can do whatever one you fucking want, but I'm going to be using regular. Press OK, and then we've rendered this phone. And then I'm going to press Ctrl F, and that can reapply the effect, apply some more grain to it. We've got something cool on. It's not strong enough, so I'm just going to go to filter gallery again, and I'm going to see that intensity a bit more. Press OK. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is with this glitch rasterized one, I'm just going to group this one, and I'm going to highlight this yellow thing that's highlighted. This is just our backup, so don't take notice of that. Okay, so for our glitch layer, I'm going to press Ctrl J 4 times. No, wait. Press Ctrl J once, twice, 3 times. And I'm going to rename the first one red, rename the second one blue, rename the third one green. And for the fourth one, I'm going to name it white. Okay, so I'm going to click the red one, hold shift, click the green one, move it below the white, press Ctrl E. Okay, so that's going to merge these all together. Oh wait, before I do that, I'm going to right click on the green one, do blending options, go to color overlay, and then change this to a green. Same for the blue. Blending color overlay, blending options, and then for the red, same thing. Bam, we've got this. Now for the red one, I'm gonna press Ctrl T, move my arrow keys a couple once, and then I moved it to the side. Same for the blue, but in the opposite direction this time, and same for the green. Down. Okay, so now we've got some chromatic abbreviation. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to make sure that if you turn off the white layer, you can see that these are all aren't working. So we're going to go to the opacity and put those down like that. Okay, but before we do that, I'm going to press Ctrl J once more on the green one and name this purple, and then right click, do blending options, and then go to color overlay, color purple. Press OK, and then move this one up like that, and then turn back on the white, and then bam, we've got some more color abbreviation. Okay, so now what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to merge all these together. So press once on the white one, hold shift, select all these, press Ctrl E, and I'm going to name this one text. Okay, so I've got this one, and I'm going to rename it main text because there's 2 texts on our document. Okay, now for the start one, I'm going to name this secondary. I think that's how you spell it, text, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to put this one below here, and for the secondary text, it's fine. I'm just going to press Ctrl J, Ctrl G to group that one, right click, and then change this to a red. This is important. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to, just let me rename this, add in some, how do I call it, blushing overlay. But before I do that, I forgot that I have to add in a, what it's called, Gaussian effect, Gaussian blur on it. So go back to once you had all your colors separate. For your purples and your reds, merge these, and then go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and then you can use whatever settings, but I'm going to make it pretty like that. Okay, press OK on that, and then I'm going to try something different. I'm going to do stylize wind, and I'm going to pump it to the right a little bit. So I'm going to do staggered, and then I'm going to do to the left, and press OK. Okay, now I've got something really cool going on here. But before I do that, I'm going to press Ctrl J and save that as a copy, and then I'm going to press Ctrl F to reapply that effect. So now we've got something really cool, but you can redo this again by pressing Ctrl J, and then going on this one, and then go to Filter, Stylize Wind, and then you can do Blast to the other side, to the right. From right to left. And then you should get that on the other side. Something happening. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to merge all these together. Just wait, give me a sec. So this one, and I'm going to do this one effect on colors, and I'm going to change the opacity on this one. I'm not sure if I should change the opacity or the fill. I'll just leave that 100% for both, merge those together, and then I'll just do this color. Okay, so now for the white one, I can go to Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur. Just change the, just like that, and then we've got the white like this. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to press Ctrl E to merge those two together. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to add in this little patch here. So I got this patch from this picture that I used as a reference. I'll probably end up like uploading the tutorial files to the video, so go down in the description below and you'll be able to get this texture, and I'm just going to simply pop it down there like that. Okay, sweet. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to try and experiment with this one. So I can probably go to crystallize, do cell size, press OK, and we've got something on here. But before I'm going to do that, I'm going to press Ctrl J and then press Ctrl F again. Got that crystallization on now, and then I'm going to go to opacity and I'm going to change that down to like 24. Now I've got something really rough on here. I'm going to press Ctrl J again on that layer, and then I'm going to go to stylize, fine edges. Now I'm going to go to opacity, and no, overlay, and then I'll press Ctrl J again. Oh. The rasterized layer style. Wait. It's fine. We'll just leave it like that. Control. Change the opacity on this one a little bit, and change the opacity on this one. And I'm going to merge all these together by pressing, not merge, but just group these together and just do patch. Okay, so now we've got our patch going on here, and the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to add in, we're going to change the opacity of this line, because as you can see, we've got a really light line. We don't have a white line. So we're going to go to our shape one and rename this one line. And we're going to go to our opacity and just bump this right down to like 20 or something like that. And then we're going to go to Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur, press OK on the rasterized, make sure that it's 1, press Ctrl F to continue applying that, and then we've got something like this. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to add in these lines that you see in the background. This was already in the original picture, so I'm going to do the exact same for this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to File, New, and I'm going to make the width of this document the same as what I did my text on, so 1920 by 1080p, press OK. Make the background black, and then we're going to grab our Marquee tool and make a selection around here to like really thin, like this one, and we're going to grab our here and just do white, fill that in with white, but we're going to fill that in with white on a new layer, and then duplicate that layer by pressing Ctrl J and press here, and then press Ctrl E to merge those together, and then press Ctrl J, bring those down again, and then press Ctrl E together, and then press Ctrl J again, and then press Ctrl E together, press Ctrl J. See how quickly it multiplies? Like, people might think, oh, that's going to take me forever. No, it's going to get very trippy very quickly. And like, look, I can do this shit. Oh shit. Oh, we've got Illuminati confirmed. I'm joking. I'm not going to do that. Okay, so now we've got something like that. And for the top, obviously, I'm going to bump this right up to like there. Okay, So we've got something really good now going on, but before I do this, I'm going to go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and I'm going to do the radius for these. Just wait, merge all these together before you do the Gaussian blur. Go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and I'm going to change your opacity like 3.7 whatever, and then merge these all together on the background. Press V, move this onto our document. Okay, great, we can't see anything. Great, Matt. Then we change the blending mode off it to screen. That punches through the blacks, and then go to the opacity, and then pump that right down to like 8 or 10 or whatever, like that. And then look how much more like effective that looks with that. Okay, so we've got something on really cool here, and if you don't like those effects, you can simply just like bring on another one. It's just like a suggestion that you could do to the tutorial and like make it a little bit better. And you could just simply just do it like that. You don't have to add in those effects on that patch. That's gonna be its name. So yeah, that's how you make it. It's really easy. It's really not that hard. Glitch effects. It's just a bunch of composing in that. I really do hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. You can take something away from it. And I'm sorry that I didn't make this tutorial as friendly. I'm just gonna pump up this line a bit. I'm sorry that I didn't make this tutorial as friendly as possible for like all the beginners. I just wanted to make something really quick and cool. Yeah, and if you want to sign it, it's a good idea too, so people doesn't steal your work. So I'm just gonna add in some fonts. Do tutorial or like by Ace Designs. And then make a new layer. Grab your M tool, press M on your keyboard, fill that in with black. Oh, that was so bad. Okay, now we've got our signature on it, and it looks pretty professional, I guess. I guess like glitch effects are good because like you can do them like anywhere. So like on your banners, if you want to make your banner on your YouTube channel something really cool, something like that, you can always do it. So like you can compose this actually as a really cool banner. Didn't think of that. Could have made it a banner tutorial. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching the tutorial. If you did enjoy the tutorial at any time, or if you're still here, that means I entertain you for some bit. So like the video please, and also subscribe. I also have plenty of cool tutorials just like this one, how I show you how to make a 3D text explosion. So if you haven't seen that one, make sure you go check it out. And yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Words can't be expressed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great holiday.